You have decided to make a Flip and Talk, and we have decided to make a video to make that easier for you. You will need a binder, some laminate, the printout of your Flip and Talk, some scissors, a hole puncher, and a glue stick. So we've gone ahead and printed our Flip and Talk. So I'm going to cut out what is the first page. So you'll notice in your paperwork that has the yes, the I am. You've probably populated that with the client's name. So I'll go ahead and finish cutting this out. And since this piece is the very first flip, I'm just going to go ahead and turn that over and then move to my next one, which is a people category. You'll notice that I'm separating them. The reason for that is that the top of the people tab is then going to be glued to the top tab that I just showed you. The next category of places will go on the back of the people tab. And I'll go and separate those now as well. And you will continue to do that with all of the categories that you've chosen to print for your Flip and Talk. All right, so once you have all of your flips cut out, we will start at the very top. So this is the first flip, and you'll notice when I turn this over, I am eventually going to glue this one to the top one. And then we will continue to do that for the subsequent flips. So I'll put those back and we'll get started. The first thing I'm going to do is fold up the tab. This allows us to see the people category from both sides. I'm going to run some glue on the flip and the tab. You don't need to worry too much about how much glue you have because we will be laminating these afterwards. Doing your best to line up those flips together, and there's our first flip. And then we'll move on to our second flip. Again, I'm going to put some glue on the paper and the tab. I will fold the tab up. This is now our places category. And I'm going to glue it to the back of our people category. Again, making sure I have it lined up. There is our second tab. Now that you have all of your flips glued back to back, we are going to double check that we have them glued together correctly. So the very first flip has your yes and no. When we flip it over, we have our people tab, the first line of people and the second line of people. As we flip, we have our places category with all of our places. If we were continuing to flip, you would see the food category with the next piece of food on it. We've gone ahead and done those, so I'm going to now slide these in to our laminating pouch. By now you have turned your laminator on so it's nice and warm and ready to go. Depending on the kind of laminate you have, it should be sealed at one end. We are just going to go ahead and place the flips as close as possible to the one edge and then fit them in as closely as possible so that you can make the best use of your laminating sheet. We only have 3 for this demonstration, so we will go ahead now and slide this into our laminator. While you're laminating your flips, you can take your core page and your QWERTY keyboard, place them back to back, and place them in a laminating pouch as well. By doing them back to back, it allows you to hole punch later on so that there is room for the flips to be above the core, and then the QWERTY keyboard is available on the back. I always like to have the sealed edge of my laminate at the bottom because the hole punch keeps it at the top. So I will flip it around and keep the sealed edge at the bottom. And now we're ready to laminate the core page. Now that you have everything laminated, you're ready to cut them out again. Now we are ready to hole punch our flips. When I slide this into the hole puncher, I like to make sure that this center line is centered in the middle hole punch. That way you will ensure that the flips are all lined up together and they are in the center of the binder. If you were to leave it right at the edge, the holes would not be in the right spot. So again, slide it in, and then this center line, I just move it over, centering it where the hole punch is. I'll show you that one more time. Slide the flip in, and then center that line into the center hole punch. So now that you have all of your flips laminated, cut out, and hole punched, you may have a mess on your table like this. Please don't panic. We are just going to gather them together. Don't worry about the order right now. It will be easy to fix them. Trust me. So we are just going to gather them all together. The hole punch all lining up. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to look for what we know is the first one, which is people. You remember we had the yes and no at the top, and then people. And then we know places is next, and then food, TV, play, school, supplies, colors, feelings, animals. There are 2 animals tabs, so we will want to make sure that the animal tabs with the feelings is the first one we put down. And I'll show you that all again once it's all ordered. Next is body parts, clothes, sports, vehicles, actions, descriptions, holidays, calendar, weather, Paw Patrol, dress up, dinosaurs, superheroes, and prepositions. So we are going to carefully gather these all together, and you'll be able to see the progression of tabs from 1 to 10, from 11 to 20, and from 21 to 24. We have our binder and our core page all ready, and we are going to insert the tabs into the book. This is not as graceful as I hoped. Now that you have all of your flips in your binder, we can double check again that everything is the way it should be. Our yes and no on the top, our people, places, food, TV, play, school, supplies, colors, feelings, animals, etc., etc.